On a wonderful Thursday here in Nashville, Tennessee. How is everybody doing? Welcome, band. Danny. Yes, I perform Eyes on Me nonstop. I'm loving all this Final Fantasy jokes. Final Fantasy VIII specifically. Mighty Goats, welcome. It's good to see you again. Band. TMK, Cathedora, Tripwire. I hope everyone's doing well. As for myself, I'm feeling good. Had a pretty chill, restful... No, it wasn't restful, but I got a lot done, and it was kind of fun. Some of you guys know that I recently got myself a new car, a new used car, and it made driving around for chores somewhat enjoyable. A little less nerve-wracking is my last car. The trusted and true 2008 Nissan Sentra was starting to cause me concern whenever I took it anywhere, and now that I have a car that's like reliable, it was actually kind of nice. With working speakers, I could listen to music. I was like, ooh, I don't mind doing chores at all anymore. I got some things done, including dropping off my favorite violin bow to use off for repair. I thought one thing was wrong, and there was 5 things that was wrong, so it ended up being around like $250 to repair, but you know, it's a part of maintenance for an instrument that I love, so it's worth it. I have my backup bow, which I do like, but it's much lighter in weight, so it's felt a little different playing and having me need to take some extra time to just get acquainted with it and use it, so I'm excited to get the other bow back. It seems like it might take up to 2 weeks, but feels good to at least get that process started. I did have a bit of excitement. I also told you guys how I was very excited. I bought this floating entertainment console. So, you know, it's just like a shelf with what's the word I'm looking for? I guess just like a big cupboard sort of thing that is mounted on the wall and is floating from the ground, and I thought it looked so cool and modern. I didn't trust myself to install it, so I paid extra to have someone come to my house and install it with the purchase of said entertainment console. And last night I'm watching TV and I hear these like creaking sounds. I thought it was like a bird, or not a bird, like a bug chirping or something. And Kimchi thought the same thing, so he jumped on it and was like inspecting the hole where the wires go through. And I start walking closer to it. I'm like, is there a bug in there? And then the whole thing just fell off the wall. All the entertainment consoles fell off, PlayStation's on the ground, the Switch is on the ground, and I'm just looking at it like... Yeah, the thing I paid to get installed. No, I double checked. I didn't double check. I quadruple checked the weight for said item. And the only things on it were the 2 gaming devices. And it fell. And that is unacceptable. So I have the contact of the gentleman who installed it. And I was like, hey... you installed this for me less than a month ago and it just ripped off the wall. Should I be going through the company to fix it or... And he was really apologetic. It kind of seemed like it was a faulty product. Like the kit that actually came with it to be installed on the wall only had 1 bracket, I noticed, for the top. The bottom had 2 brackets, which held steady, but the top just fell off. And he was like, honestly, what I would do is, you know, go through Wayfair to see if you can get a refund, and I can come over with my own brackets and fix it for you. So... It seems like everything's fine. I did have to restart the PlayStation 4 times before it started up properly. I was very nervous. I was like, is this my sign to just get a PlayStation 5? But I got it working. I did not lose all my Hollow Knight data. Don't you worry. So that was a little exciting. I managed to laugh at it. And then after like an hour, I started crying. It was a really long day from teaching and doing chores. And I was like, you know, I'm just gonna let myself cry for 10 minutes. And I did it. And I felt better. So, there we go. That's my exciting update. I did do a new transcription today. And it was more notes than I thought it was gonna be. Look at all these notes. So hopefully I can play it. I ran through it once. But on stream yesterday, or Tuesday rather, a Xenoblade Chronicles song came on my autoplay, and it featured a very fiddle-esque part, kind of similar to that Temtem song we really like. And I was like, well, I gotta learn this. So I did that this morning. And oh, and I also purchased a new nerdy mug. It's just out of frame, but I have a mug shelf over here where I exclusively have video game mugs I've been collecting. And I have a very special cosplay stream at the end of the month where I'm going to be doing my Fallout Vault Tech suit. And to celebrate, I purchased a Vault Tech mug. Isn't it lovely? I wish it had the little thumbs up guy in the back, but it's apparently like some sort of independent coffee company. But the logo was still cool, so I was like, you know what, I'll just get it. Support the coffee company. So, hooray! We got a brand new nerdy mug. Very exciting. I'm still trying to find a Persona mug because Persona, the series, is one of my favorites. I've only played 4 and 5, but I love them. I do have 3. I just wanted to get through my other games first. And I found one that's so cute. I was going to say cute and cool. Cool. On Etsy. It looks handmade, but it was like $45. I'm like, ooh, that's kind of steep. But I'm keeping an eye on it. We'll see. If the price drops a little, I might just go for it. It's a handmade item, so like, there is that. So we'll see. I don't know. But yeah. Those are my little updates. Cracked into a delicious seltzer, and I'm ready to begin. But with what? I think I want to do Summer's... Actually, since we have Xenoblade, I'm going to have a Xenoblade start today. How does that sound? Cheers, mighty goats. Boop. Also, Jules, welcome. Stream Slasher, it's great to see you. Charles. Butley Poopington. What did I call you today? Buttles? I like did my classic type and not proofread when I was saying hi to Butley in Cathador's chat. I think it was Buttles, which is pretty cute. Jove, welcome. Blanca! I'm doing very well. How are you? Pooply Butlington. That's also pretty good. Entigree, welcome. It's good to see you. All right, y'all. Shall we? We're going to have a Xenoblade start today because that is the new transcription I have. Nth Degree, I think you might like this one. It's very like fiddly, acoustic sounding. It's fun. I've learned so much Xenoblade stuff that I might have to get Xenoblade its own binder, which of course I'm stoked about. I want all of the binders. However, I've run out of Berkeley binders, and I refuse to put music in a binder that's not a Berkeley binder, because it will break my collection. Let's start with Colony 6. I love this song. It's very relaxing. And I like to do a little improv on it too, so it seems like a good warm-up for today. Colony 6 Silent Xenoblade. Oh, that was attractive. Hey, Jojo. We turn this down. Press pause. Turn it back up. Turn this down. This up. It's always such a comfy song. I think I might keep that vibe going with Guar Plain from Xenoblade Chronicles. I feel like I should probably wait to do the new transcription I did for maybe some more people to pop in. For Russell, thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Rincewind, welcome. Tango, welcome. I hope you guys are having a nice day. Dabod, what's up? Oh, this sound. I smell a pun coming. What's the difference between a well-dressed person riding a unicycle and a poorly dressed person riding a bicycle? Oh, I'm starting to sweat anticipating the impending pun, which I dislike so much. I just gotta start the song. You'll see in my face by the time I read it. Ugh. I've been trying to like spell will how I say it. Where? I guess it would be like where. Maybe like that. Hello, Will, how are you? The best guitarist in the whole world. Let's see. Welcome back for Argyle, welcome. It's honestly one of my dreams to write music for a game, but I think I still have some work that I need to get done. I did have quite the motivation boost the other day on stream doing the loop rendition of Near Savalon for Zeri. I've been starting to write lists of video game songs that I perform as loops that complement each other, and I'm visualizing the albums that can be released with that. So like, I figured out that Near Savalon would sound really good on a video game cover album with Vama Ala Flamenco and Gerudo Valley and these like kind of Latin-y, dancey, almost like European jazz vibes for one album, and then having one that's like home themes. And maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's still having myself look forward, which is my biggest kind of like motivation for getting things done, is seeing where I want to get to. So I want to start by releasing a bunch of like video game cover albums. I felt like I was holding myself back, thinking how I needed to release like singing lyric songs before anything else, but that isn't what brings me the most joy. I want to release my video game stuff. Is that a Yamaha shirt? I can't imagine Joe doing motocross and then passing out from burping into her helmet after a bunch of jumps. I get motion sickness pretty easily, so I feel like it might not be the best fit for me. But yeah, this is one of my vintage finds. It's like a vintage motocross Yamaha jersey. It's cool. Yamaha. Little bike guy. I was like, I need this. I love me a good jersey. I like watching sports. I wouldn't say I'm the most sporty kind of gal. I'm very competitive, but that doesn't really translate to being good at said sport. But I love watching like football and hockey. Baseball's fun if your team is like nearing the final rounds, but I feel like in the early season it's hard for me to get into it. And I like watching basketball too, actually. I like watching the sports. It does kind of look like a Nashville Predators jersey. Our colors are navy blue and yellow and white, so it totally has that vibe. Maybe that was like a subconscious reason I wanted it to. I do, oh my god, I just read Only Shadows and I was like, ow. But you know what? Yeah, I'll take that. Like, I won't lie. I'm not someone that can like, you know, name every team and what position, or every player of every team and what position they play. But I do enjoy watching. Ugh, a little gossip. There was this person I dated a long time ago, and I'm a Patriots fan. I know that upsets some people. I can't help it. It's where I was born, you guys. I had no choice in the matter. I was born as a Patriots fan. There's nothing I can do about it. I apologize. But this individual really liked another team, and we were watching football together, and the Patriots scored a touchdown, and I was like, yes! And he got up in my face, and he went, name 5 players on the team right now. I was like, whoa. You just took the vibe of this date night and like took a big shart all over it. It's like one of the biggest things I remember from that relationship. Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry your team has never won a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. Can't relate. But anyway. We're just having fun little gossip time. Don't worry. Don't worry. Also, Uriel, welcome. I saw you earlier. Sir Uriel. LOL, can't relate. Go Chiefs. Oh, there was a time where I was playing in Chicago, and it was when the Cubs were, I can't remember if it was the World Series or like right before. And I was playing on stage, like at a bar where, you know, TVs are all around everywhere. And we saw them lose. And the vibe in that bar and seeing just the heartbreak of everyone, it like, I like wanted to cry. It was so sad. It was such an awful feeling. It was really sad. Yeah. That was a long time ago now. Moo, welcome. If it helps, all American sports suck. Whatever, Will. Go play. What's that funny British thing with the stick? Don't they have a funny game? Isn't there a funny British cricket? Yeah, go play cricket, Will. Got him. I'm burning all my bridges today with all the viewers I have. I just heard this battle music, I guess, and I was like, oh, I'm feeling feisty. Well, this isn't really battle music, I guess. Oh, for Barack, welcome. Chris, did that hurt your feelings? Oh, I guess I'm in a sassy mood today. For Communist Meme, welcome. How are you? Oh, I forgot we had that emote, Jules. Well played. What do I want to do? I'm gonna keep doing Xenoblade music. That's the new transcription that I have today. I did this really fun one called Torgoth, which features a very fiddle-esque line, kind of similar to like the Temtem tune that we all really like. Whoa. It's like alien version of Super Mario Galaxy. Maybe I should match this happy vibe. Oh, you know what I should do? I made a point to finally download. There's like 5 songs on my song list that I changed the key to. And I haven't been playing 2 of them because I hadn't had the songs downloaded, but I did it. Oh, also Tripwire, I have sad news. The changed wire didn't fix our situation with this computer in Ableton. But we knocked one thing out. I'll review the other notes that you would put down. Arr! Arr! Eliminating variables. I don't pay much attention to basketball these days. The only reason I got into basketball recently is my dad. My dad flippin' loves the Boston Celtics. For those who don't know, I grew up right outside of Boston, so my family is big on Boston sports. You played basketball pretty hardcore for a long time? I feel like this is new to my Tripwire lore. I like learning about you. No, I haven't done so yet, Chris. I still have the tab open. I forgot it was there. I should do that. My partner is at a Sox game tonight. Oh, I don't envy him. Oh, you made me feel 2 emotions so quickly. I love going to Fenway Park. Oh my God, it's so fun. Oh, you're right though. It is so hot. You're right. You're right. Wait, Jules, are you in that area? Oh my god, I want to visit Boston and we should see a Red Sox game together. Oh my god, that'd be so fun. Boston's like my favorite place in the world, even though some people don't like it. That'd be wicked fun. Oh my god, see, the Boston's coming out. It's happening. What am I doing? I was gonna do one of the songs that I changed the key to. Pokemon. We've recently started a brand new binder. Celeste! Thank you for 35 months. Oh my god. Thank you. Let me know if I could play you something. I know a couple of the ones that you like, but I'd like to give you your own choice, of course, because you are your own independent, powerful, beautiful woman self. You know, I forgot I have this other new transcription. I did 2 new songs this week for you guys. One is Canalave City from Pokemon Diamond, and then I did a really fun Xenoblade Chronicles tune. I did start a brand new binder, which is very exciting. This binder is going to be Nintendo. I still have Zelda with its own binder because I just have a lot of Zelda music. So currently in this one, it's mostly Mario, Kirby, Yoshi. I also included Pokemon, even though I know Pokemon isn't exclusively Nintendo. I know. And I started the Nintendo binder as motivation to do some heavy deep dives into Animal Crossing, which is pretty pathetic that I don't have more Animal Crossing on my song list. Katana, how are you? So, since this is a new binder, I'm going to put the new Pokemon one in here as a reminder to find an official spot for it. Me too. I feel like, honestly, I mostly want to add Animal Crossing, even above having it on the list for myself, for Cathedora. Because Cathedora loves Animal Crossing, and they contribute so much. They've given us these beautiful emotes, gosh darn. There's some ode Animal Crossing. Oh, yeah, okay. So I'm going to do, I mentioned how there's a couple pieces that I changed the key to, one of which is Heart Home City, which is really, really fun tune from Pokemon Diamond. I downloaded 2 versions of it. Do I play along to the day version or the night version? I'm going to guess night? Yeah, this is right. But it's just like, what? Okay, I raised it a half step. It's traditionally an A flat, but with, I try to avoid this, but if there's a song that really just doesn't feel great to play on the violin, I'll change the key. But that's only been so far 5 pieces, I believe. Excluding loops, because loops I'll just do whatever feels right on all the instruments and kind of make a decision from there. For Only a Shadow, thank you for, oh my god, 1,000 bits. Thank you. Yes, I can totally do Psycho Killer for you. You got it, my dude. Also Joe for 100 bits. And again, Celeste for that resub. Please let me know if I can play you something. That's not the right track. To say thank you. Are we ready for Pokemons? Well, that is a dog. One sec. Well, I guess this is a good time to tell you about some changes. I have a dog and a new roommate who is my partner. This is been a very recent change. I wanted to go through this change first without telling anybody to make sure we were happy and comfortable. I feel better saying it. I don't like feeling like I'm hiding anything, but I wanted that first month to be for us, you know? One sec. I asked if he wanted to say hi, and he said, I look crunchy. So you'll see him at some point. But yes, that is my update. I don't want to get, too super open with everything in my life, I guess. But, I guess I've told you guys really everything at this point. But that was Walter. He is a Great Pyrenees. And I know to answer the next question, don't worry. Walter and Kimchi are getting along really, really well. We were really careful about it. And at this point, they're booping noses. They chase each other around. And yeah, everyone's getting along great. They don't cuddle each other yet, but they'll hang out. Walter emote. You guys are jumping ahead. So yes, that is my update. I do feel better saying something. I hope you understand that for the first Kimchi. For the first month and a half to 2 months, I wanted to go through this pretty major change first, just to really make sure I felt confident and sure about everything that was happening. Cool. Oh, I'm really nervous. I've only said out loud once when I was in a relationship before. Okay. I never finished this song, so I guess maybe I should do that. Thank you guys for all being really supportive. Walter is the one who knocks, especially for when he just walks in. Yes, you did, Cathedora. You nailed it. But yeah. If you want a little bit of the gossip, I will say this now. I'd rather, again, not go too in depth all the time, but if you want the story, I have known my partner, his name is Tom, for 8 years or so. But we didn't date for that time. I was booked to play a show with the band I was playing with, and he was in the other band. He's the front man of a band here in Nashville called Howling Giant. You might recognize that name because I may have rated them a few times. He's the lead guitarist and singer of the band. And then we ended up playing 3 more shows together. And he asked me out. I hope he doesn't feel awkward about me talking about this. He asked me out at one point, and I was seeing someone, so, you know, I couldn't. And then he asked again, and I was also seeing someone. And they asked a 3rd time. He's like, I will leave you alone, but I feel like I just wanted to try. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. And it worked out, and it's been wonderful. Oh, we just got a raid. Oh my gosh, you guys came in on a juicy gossip moment. Thank you everyone for being so welcoming and loving. For the musicians, for the raiders, welcome. My name's Joe. I play over video game soundtracks and make loops and sing on top of them. This is my cat Kimchi. He's my best friend. For Rob, thank you. I'm seeing that I'm actually not following you. I apologize for that, but I think I see a violin in that picture. Am I correct in assuming you are a violinist as well? Is there something I can play for you? I'd love to. No pressure. You do some violin? I do some violin. Well, why don't I play some violin for our new friends? People just want to see Walter the dog. I know that you guys already want to see Kimchi more than me, but now I have to compete with Walter too. Goodness golly. I'm going to do Tifa's theme. Oh, Rob, I made sure to give a follow so I can go hang out and say hi sometime. I really appreciate the raid. There's a wonderful community of amazing violinists here on Twitch, and I feel like we're a core family that supports each other. So make sure to follow them like I have so we can go say hi together. And I'm going to play Tifa's theme for you guys. Thank you, everybody, again. proud of myself for jumping back in that after yeeting my cat. Don't worry, I didn't eat him. I just pushed his bum out the door. You see, broke the rule. I only have one rule on this channel, and that's for my cat not to jump right there. Because my violin goes there, and it's very dangerous, and he gives no craps, and it pisses me off. So he has been banished. Both animals are banished. We had a special guest appearance from Walter the dog. Kimchi's been yeeted. There was like a point where Tom was on tour, and it was my first weekend with both animals, and they're both so sweet, but they both needed attention so badly. And I sat them both down, and they're right next to each other, and I was like, you are overwhelming me. I'm going in this room, and you are not going in this room. And so I closed the door, and I worked for a good hour, and I opened the door again, and they're just sitting there side by side. I'm like, oh my God. You guys are so needy. But obviously it's a good feeling, you know, you want your pets to love you and to also get along. That scared me, I'm not gonna lie, more than anything. And I also wanted to make sure you guys knew before I said anything that the pets were getting along, but it actually worked out pretty well. I ended up getting a baby gate for anyone wanting advice on how to introduce a cat and a dog. I did a ton of research, and so I bought a baby gate, and I set it up so that when we introduced the dog, he had his space. I gave him like the whole bedroom, which has its own bathroom in this big area, and Kimchi could have the rest of the house. That was only for a couple days, and then we started giving them turns in the living room. I installed shelves where Kimchi can climb up higher if he needed to get away. And with all those steps and slowly making less and less barriers, now they both just run freely throughout the house, and it's totally fine. This is an exciting stream. I knew I was going to tell everyone at some point, but I'm not going to lie, I was scared. I definitely fought off fears of being like, you know, is this going to be one of those things where when I tell everybody I'm just going to lose like 4,000 followers or something? How long have I hid this? Only for like 2 months. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure before I said anything that we were actually settled, you know, and that everything was actually working. No, I was gonna bring it up, but I wanted to have that first chunk of time for myself and for us. But that's my update. Yeah. Wait, is this Canalave City? Because I actually have this one too. Stop it! No. Shut up. I'm gonna do Canalave City. This is one of my brand new transcriptions. No! Let's try that again. Okay, that was my second time doing that piece, and I feel like that was pretty comfy. I'm like figuring out the places where I'm going to be shifting or not shifting and all of that stuff. Why am I hearing ocean sounds? Autoplay put on Zelda Ocean Ambiance. Oh, there we go. Thank you, everybody. For Lionmite, welcome. It's just a violinist kind of day. We had Rob Raiden. I think many of you guys know Lionmite. You might also remember him as SPG. Would you like me to not say that anymore, by the way? For Lionmite? Would you rather me just say Lionmite? I just want to make sure that everyone knows who you are, you know? So like I said, that last one was a brand new transcription I did this week, and I actually have another new one that I did this morning. It is Torrigoth from Xenoblade Chronicles. I heard this one on autoplay when we were doing a stream on Tuesday and was like, ooh, I want to learn this. For Rip Sifi Official, welcome. New to Twitch, welcome to the magical world of Twitch. I at least think it's magical. I started one day by making an account and streaming because I was very sad and lonely. And it grew into something so much more than that, where I feel like now I've just got to make so many friends and connections, and I love it. I don't mind. It's actually part of the marketing plan that people still remember me for that. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that, you know, I'm being respectful. For OXD, welcome. Can I start cyberbullying Rip, please? No! Bully me. I'm the one putting myself on camera, so I should be the one that is the main target of said bullying. Yeah, for Cathedora, thank you for asking. I'm happy to let that one be an official one on the song list. Shadow, thank you for gifting a sub for Rip. Thank you. And thank you everybody again. Rob! I don't know if you saw me. I popped in to say hi, but I didn't want to look like someone that was like, give me a shout out. You're on the front page. But I was just happy to see you on the front page. You did great. I had you on while I was doing my warm-ups. For anyone who's missing out on not following Rob, fix it because he's amazing. He plays a lot of video game music, but all the other genres too, and he's awesome. So make sure to go over and say hi. I should probably mention piano. But yeah, congrats. How was it? I hope it was plentiful with the follows and support. For Raiders, welcome. My name's Joe, and I play over video game soundtracks. I also make loop arrangements and sing on top of them for covers and instrumentals. For Rob, if there's something I can play for you, please let me know. I was going to show everybody a new transcription I did, which means I might not play it well, but this morning I was learning Torrigoth, I don't know how to say it, from Xenoblade Chronicles. It's really fun, and I'm just going to go for it and see what it sounds like. I guess it's the day version I learned, because that was a little more chill than the one I learned. Here we go. first time playthrough of that, I felt pretty good. It's faster than I thought. Like, I wrote out the music for it myself this morning, but when I was playing it, I was like, oh crap, this is more than I thought. You're safe here, Rip, I promise. Only a Shadow is our resident teaser. They like to act like they're big and scary, but they're actually big old sweet heart poo-poo pants. And now I'm the cyberbullier. Nice, Joe. Really good. Good example I'm setting. But I'm really excited about this one. I think it's fun. It has a good vibe. I was saying how, like, I have this vision of making video game cover albums with kind of genre-specific vibes. So I really want to do one that features very, like, fiddle pieces. So that could include this one, A Settlement in the Red Bluffs from Octopath Traveler, the Braid soundtrack with Downstream, the Temtem song, Unravel. There's so many like fiddle kind of tunes. Rob, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you picking me to raid. That was really nice. And again, you guys definitely need to follow Rob because he's awesome. On top of being very talented, he's extremely kind. I got to meet him both years at TwitchCon. I got to talk to you a little less last year, but we'll see if I go this year. I don't know yet. We'll see. Inside the castle walls? Oh, do you mean, is it inside Peach's castle? Is that what you were saying? Or are you asking for Inside Out? Okay, that's the one. Okay, gotcha. I had to put on my thinking face, as you saw, to figure that out. Let's see. Oh, that was the same binder. Is there any chance of getting a fiddle tune icon on the song list? That's a good idea. I think I have like an instrumental one where I'll put like classical music and other stuff. But maybe I could do that. For Dana, thank you so much for 16 months. Hiya, Joe in chat. I hope you've been well. I've been doing really well over here. Thanks for asking. How are you? I'm trying to think if I want a fiddle category because like some of the fiddle stuff is still video game music that I do. You know what I mean? Like, I do play traditional Celtic and some Appalachian and a little bit of bluegrass, but I think I might need to think on it. So, no pressure to stick around, Rob. I usually end up lurking and putting on sweatpants and eating things after I stream, but I'm more than happy to do Peach's Castle for you. Don't worry, Only a Shadow. I haven't forgotten about yours. Can we add a stanky category for big bassy jams with that sweet accordion? That's not what I was expecting for bassy ones. I thought you were referring to the like subwoofer sound that's on Aerith's theme that always comes on at the end. I love sweatpants and food. It's very nice. Also, Doc, welcome. How are you today? So, for Inside Peach's Castle, I made a template for this in Ableton. I really wanted to be one of those cool video game loop cover people that like has samples in it, so this was my first attempt at that. They're usually about 300% too loud, so prepare yourself for some earblood. I'll try and avoid it, but no promises. It's probably gonna happen. I showed you guys the new transcription, so I should also show you my brand new nerdy mug. I have a mug shelf over there with a bunch of nerdy video game themed mugs, and I'm doing a Fallout cosplay stream where I'm gonna wear the Vault Tech suit And so to celebrate, I got a Fallout mug. Very simple, but very nice. I found that most of the mugs I wanted to buy are white, but I wanted to get like more colorful mugs to bring a vibe. I wish it had the thumbs up guy on the back, but it's the branding of the independent coffee company. No sponsor, but I thought the logo itself was pretty cool, so I was like, you know what? Close enough. We'll get it. I actually have another one of my nerdy mugs here. It's a cool, like, kind of 80s design inspired PlayStation mug. Yes, I do have the player one as well. But yeah, I love my little nerdy mugs. They're so cute. I have a Stardew Valley one and Zelda and Pokemon. Maybe I'll take a picture of the nerdy mug shelf for Discord, or I can just show you guys here if you want. Oh yeah, this is one of my latest vintage finds. It's a Yamaha like bike jersey. Isn't that cool? I was like, well, I obviously need that. Stepping up your product placement. You'd think that it would lead to me getting more sponsors, but unfortunately not yet. Maybe one day. For Ayush, Pocozy, and Rip, thank you so much for the follows, by the way. And we're going to do our very first loop of the day for the lovely Rob. If I can remember how to do this diminished chord. I feel like I always struggle. Let me also turn down the volume of our samples so I don't kill you. Cover the bike with a violin. I would love to do a line of merch that's inspired by jerseys. I think that would be really cool, but I don't know if there's like the audience for it. We are going to be celebrating my first ever launch of merch at the end of the month, featuring these designs by an amazing artist I hired from Japan. I loved their style and I wanted it. So I paid them money and I said, draw me with a controller, a violin, and my cat that died blue, please. And they were like, okay. But there's going to be designs of each one with like a PlayStation font that says Joe Plays Violin with a bunch of different things. I'm actually going to be doing photos for that this weekend so I can show you all the styles. And I hope people like them. Walter. You guys like Walter more than me.
Here we go!
Okay, let's see. Turn the mic input on. 1, 2. Come on, diminished chord. Yay! I don't want these slippers anymore. Maybe. No.
Here we go! Mamma mia!
Here we go. Little earblood, Mamma Mia. That actually went pretty well. Sometimes that one, I'm a bit of a panicky mess putting it together. But that worked out. That worked out. It's one of the newer video game loops that I've done, but it's fun. I had to have it. I had to. For Rob, thanks again for the raid. I really appreciate it. If I do go to TwitchCon, let's find a way to play music together again. Me and Rob, for like a brief moment, we were both going to be jamming with DJ Jan Clancy at TwitchCon, but he wasn't there yet. And so, excuse me? Oh my god! $136! Holy farts! I'm a PG channel, so that's how I still express shock while maintaining that. You wild child, I promise we'll get a moderately priced dinner with one cocktail and a shared dessert and a treat for Walter. I promise this will happen. We'll probably do ramen. I love ramen. But also shame on you, you nasty. Look at what you've done to my screen. Oh, I can't even block it with my hands. It's so foul. For Only Shadow, thank you. I'm gonna do Psycho Killer. Yeah, I'm sure it was an accident. I'm so sure of this. Oh, and I actually like dessert at that restaurant. I'm not usually a dessert gal. I don't really like sugary things. But their mochi is really good. Oh, I should finish the other thought I was starting. Me and Rob both got to do the jam with Dan, but before everyone got there, or before he got there, we were just standing around, so we did a moment of, I think, to Xanarkand? Was that what we did? So we gotta do a collab sometime, Rob. I want to try and do some collab streams in general this year. It's looking like, not official, but it's looking like I'm probably going to be doing at least one next month. I'm very excited because one of the collab tracks I worked on with Fire Kid is being released tomorrow. And Rob, it's Mega Man. It's a Mega Man song. But we should play with Dan. If I get the invite, I totally will do it. I decided I'm going to TwitchCon if I get invited to play with someone for sure. And if not, maybe I'll be there. I have pretty severe social anxiety, so it admittedly, I end up having a big cry every year after TwitchCon because I'm so anxious the whole time. Don't get me wrong, I have fun. I definitely have fun, and I have wonderful hangouts and conversations, but the in-between transitions of figuring out what I'm doing there is like, I feel like I'm screaming in my head the whole time, where I'm like, I am so awkward and I don't know how to walk or hold myself in public at all. Which means maybe I should continue to go to try and get better at that, because I am getting better at it, but yeah. Remember, you're allowed to do nothing at times. I'm really bad at that. I'm pretty bad at that. But you're right. I've been scheduling it. There's nothing... Don't worry, I'm not showing anything crazy. In my planner, I've been purposely writing something non-productive every day. so that I'll actually do it. I won't do it unless I write it on the planner. You can walk, seen you do it around the room there. Yeah, but this is like, you know, a 10 by 10 room. I don't know if when I'm out in the real world, it's like, whoa, there's a lot out here. I think it's important to work on that kind of thing. Been really working on it and trying to get some more hobbies. Oh, Tofi. Moving to a safer, more balanced number. You sweet angel. Thank you for doing this. Oh, okay, everyone, you can look at the top of the screen again. It's safe now. Stream is saved, thank God. But only a shadow. I'm still like processing that. That was so nice. Thank you so much. I promise I will add washboard and accordion to this version of Psycho Killer. And thank you everybody just for being so supportive of me and everything going on in my life right now. And I really, really appreciate it. We're gonna have a party at the end of the month to celebrate the merch release, my first merch ever. I got the new track collab with Fire Kid being released tomorrow. We got the cosplay stream where I will be doing a Vault Tech suit from Fallout at the end of the month. There's a lot of really awesome things coming up, and I'm trying to plan for a couple other extra fun bonuses to celebrate and make a big deal out of the merch drop, because it is a big deal to me. I never thought I'd have merch. It's very exciting. But yeah, you've wanted merch for a while, now you have merch. I do! Did I spend $600 on sample merch? Yes, I did. But I don't have any regrets because with all of the sample merch I got, I ended up making changes to make sure that they were of the quality and, you know, just that they were nice. I didn't want to release something that I didn't want myself. And so I went through test mugs and sweatshirts and different types of shirts, and I finally settled on designs and quality of clothing that I think is going to be really nice. Maybe I'll grab one when I take my break really quick. And speaking of which, I do really need to take a break, just to use the restroom real quick. And I think I'm gonna put on the tea kettle to just have a cup of tea. For Fast, I was thinking that. Also, hi Fast, how are you? For Deck, thank you. I love you guys too. It's an affection break. Do you mean affection for pets or self-affection? Anyway, okay, I need to do this. I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Mer. Thank you, everybody. So, I'm gonna do Psycho Killer next. That is y'all. Covers. Oh no, I don't have a template for this. I just do it from scratch. I kind of want to listen to it for a second to see what the percussion is doing and if I can emulate it using the washboard. Typically, I've just kind of been like going from scratch and doing what feels right. Keldon, almost 2 years. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Batman, Kadarjo, Blitz, Rilo. Rocky Ford, thank you very much for the 200 bits. Thank you. Pet Walter, Face Wrath. I did. I made sure he knew he did nothing wrong and he's a good boy. House of Boys over here. With kimchi. I cleared my desktop. Where did I put everything? Ableton. Drums Ableton. Here we go. So I need a 4/4. Got it. For Keldon, you do get a priority request. If that's something you want, just let me know. Or a mod. So, in order for me to listen to the track to get a reference, I unfortunately do have to mute everything so only I can hear it so that I don't get in trouble with the DMCA police. Because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't like being in trouble. But first, I'm just setting up a bunch of empty tracks here to work with. And we are going to go from there. Alright, so everything's gonna get muted for just a second, but I promise I'll be back. Well, I'm gonna be right on camera, but I just want to listen to the chorus of Psycho Killer to see what kind of a rhythm section we want to go for. Okay, it's gonna be quiet for a second. Don't panic. No, stop panicking. It's fine. I promise. They like only have snare and kick just on each beat. So that actually opens up a lot of room for us to work with. Psycho Killer, they say. Run, 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 run. I found that this song is better if I push the tempo more than my natural instincts tell me to do. So I tried pushing it a little bit, and we'll come up with a groove authentically. The original recording, like I said, didn't have a whole lot going on, so we'll just see what happens. I've been taking more risks lately with putting together my loops and trying to do, I don't know, things I wouldn't typically do and take my time a bit more with it, even though I have to fight my panic instincts the whole time, but I'm going to try and embrace that. I did make some tea. It's definitely too hot right now. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got here. like that tempo's pretty good. I need more kick. Dragging a bit. Bass. Cool. We just gotta put first input and then G. Bass a bit louder. Keys. Multiple layers of piano and like synthy sounds. I promised washboard and accordion. Let's start maybe with the rhythm of it. So like I said, the recording is mainly just like the downbeats, and that's kind of it. So if we spice it up, it will be kind of a new idea. I'm just gonna mess around until something feels right, I guess. So I promised accordion on this. life wire. Second killing, guess you say. Second killing, guess you say. Second killing, guess you say. You start a conversation, you can't even finish it. You're talking a lot, but you're not saying anything. When I have nothing to say, my lips are sealed. Say something once, why say it again? Second killing, guess you say. Second killing, guess you say. Welcome, Brooks. Thank you guys. This one's kind of an experiment. We're just having fun. On fire. Don't touch me, I'm a real live wire. Psycho killing, guess you say. Run away. Psycho killing, guess you say. I did it! I feel pretty good about it. I think adding piano and the synth was a fun vibe. Only a shadow. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much. Celestial for resub for 2 years now. Dreaded Buzzkill, WD, GK. There we go. Thank you for all of the support. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm learning to just like chill out a bit more and more. I don't think I'll ever get to full chill because this is me we're talking about, but thank you. There's a few things I took away from doing that. I think for the rhythm, I should stick with what the original recording does, which is really just like harping on just the downbeats, like no extra stuff. Just make it like a big march and no extra like eighth notes or 16th accents. Just make it marchy. And I also like the dickadoo, 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 dickadoo with the accordion and the synth. I just gotta figure out what to do with the strings. I don't know what to do with violin yet on that. ASMR. March, but it's July. You know what I meant. You know. And I know what you're doing. Anonymous tipping 20. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Today has been an exciting stream. I got to reveal my secret, and I feel so much better. And I'm trying out all this new stuff and taking my time with the loops, and it's feeling better. You met Walter? Team Walter. Mr. Walter. Unfortunately, they are both banished from the room right now. Let's see. Yes, I update all of the streams to YouTube, but I've been multi-streaming and it stopped working. So I need to download some other OBS plugin, but I don't know. I'm gonna try and see if I can download something else to make that work tomorrow. For Brooks, thank you for 2 months. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I uploaded the most recent VOD today. For Brooks, you do get a priority request with that resub if that's something that you would like. Well, I stopped doing VODs on Twitch because there was a time where like people were like, you can't have your VODs up if you're a musician because then like DMCA stuff will get you in trouble. Given I only played a video game tracks and not like recordings. So I don't really know. I don't know if I should put them back up on there. Or maybe I should keep them only on YouTube to have like that as it's to make that still have a purpose, if that makes sense. I kind of want to do my St. Vincent cover, Paris is Burning. I haven't done it for a while. And this one's also kind of weird, like the last one. Paris is Burning. So this is a song by St. Vincent. I really love St. Vincent. I feel like they just make really interesting art that's unapologetic, and I like it. For this, I actually play the electric guitar. I didn't tune that today, so we'll see what that situation's looking like. I need to get my guitar reset up because the intonation's getting a bit off. Like if I tune a string where it's perfectly in tune and then do a fretted note, it's not in tune. So I have to kind of find the sweet spot. I have a strategy that is usually fairly effective, but I'm going to look into getting that fixed soon. Okay. So I'm going to check tuning just before we get started. I want to add electric more into this set. I just admittedly am still kind of like afraid of it. But I want to get better at it. Let's give this just a clean tone rack. Nothing too fancy. Yeah. So I gotta put the monitor on auto for this to pick up. So since the setup needs to be done, I check my intonation with the fretted notes as well as the open string. Let's try this out, huh? You can't hear me. So I made this like kind of spooky drum synth vibe to play along with. And then I'm gonna add strings and maybe another synth layer to it. Make sure it's not too loud. And I kind of want to add like reverb to the guitar. Let's see how this feels. Better than that. That's why volume's low. I want to get this right. Oh, that might be a command maybe only the mods can do, but I'll add it to the counter. There we go. Did that not record? I actually don't believe that. One. last one was the best, so I'm gonna clip that. Yeah. I want weird synths, and then we'll add violin. Sorry. Now we want violin. I'll add strings over here. you're ready. This is my kind of spooky cover of St. Vincent's Paris is Burning. I hope you like it. I write to give word the war is over, send my cinders on to mother. They gave me a medal for my valor, leaden trumpets spit the soot of power. They say I'm on your side when nobody is, and nobody is. Come sit right here and sleep while I slip poison in your ear. We are waiting on a telegram to bring us news of the fall. I'm sorry to report, dear Paris is burning after all. We've taken to the streets and open rejoice revolting. We are dancing up like World's Fair. Paris is burning after all. Oh no. Enclosed in this letter there's a picture, black and white, for your refrigerator. Sips and songs have made me smarter. It's the words that cut me under my armor. They say I'm on your side when nobody is, and nobody is. Go sit right here and sleep while I slip poison in your ear. We are waiting they sent me a medal for my valor, then I send some to mother. They say I'm on your side when nobody is, 'cause nobody is. Come sit right here and sleep while I slip poison in you. We are waiting on a telegram to bring us loose of the fall. I'm sorry to report, dear Paris is burning after all. We've taken to the streets and open rejoice, revolting. We are dancing backwards where Paris is burning after. We are waiting on a telegram to bring us loose of the fall. I'm sorry to report, dear Paris is burning after all. We have taken to the streets and open rejoice, revolting. We are dancing backwards where Paris is burning after all. Ooh. I feel like this one's missing some things now. I was happy with it before, but now I'm like, ooh, but what if, like, I don't know. No idea what this is, but key of interesting. So that's a cover of St. Vincent's Paris is Burning. And I just found myself being really, like, enchanted with that song for a while. I like creepy, strange things. And that one definitely fit the bill of my love of creepy, strange things. It's also why Mr. Tillman was added to the list, even though that one's a little more like go happy, silly, fun things. But I just like strange things. Ooh, maybe I should do like Paranoid Android or something. I feel like that kind of fits the vibe. I'm a creepy, strange thing, so that's cool. It's destiny we found each other. Also, thank you so much, Dan, for the dono to make a beautiful 2222. I can't help it. I have a condition. I shouldn't say that. I think I do. I have burps. And a family member had a surgery to apparently reduce that because it was too much. And they said it's hereditary and it will get worse as I get older. So I think I actually do have something wrong with me, with the only result being that I burp a lot. Hello. Why would you have surgery? I'm not looking to do it, but I guess when I'm like older, like really old, it might get really bad where I like can't stop it. Thank you for the follows, by the way, for Punk and Levin and Sith and Pitter. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And for the on-screen celebration, those are definitely recently. But no, I'm not looking to get that done. But maybe when I'm like wicked old, if it gets way out of hand or something. For Mike Soup Can, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. You guys are all so sweet and lovely and kind. Thank you. Bye, Fast. I'm happy I got to play that one. I know you're also a supporter of the St. Vincent cover, so I'm happy you got to see it. For Worm Teeth, it has been a minute. I'm doing really well. How are you? Welcome. How are you? I still only have one Fire Emblem song, but I can play it for you if you want. Yes, I don't play that one very often, and I really like it. I'll probably look through the soundtrack and see if I can find another one to learn for you guys. I'll do like a couple video game songs, and then I'll go back to doing creepy loops. And I'll do my cover of of Paranoid Android by Radiohead. Silence Before the Storm? Isn't that a Final Fantasy X piece? Or it's something, I think it's Quiet Before the Storm, maybe. I can do that one too. I like that song. For Mike, I do Spring Radiance from Fire Emblem. So I'll do that, and then I'll do Quiet Before the Storm, and then Paranoid Android? Spring Radiance. This will be quite the uplifting vibe after my creepy loops. For anyone who's new, by the way, thanks for giving me and my stream a chance. My name is Joe, and I play over video game soundtracks, and I also make loops of covers and sing on them, playing lots of different instruments. And if you like what you see, I hope you consider following. I add new stuff to the song list every week. We added new Xenoblade and a new Pokemon song this week so far. Jason. Hello, lovely, beautiful 3-year-old. I hope you're having a nice day. And know that you can do anything you set your mind to. I promise. I do break things. I break things a lot. So I promised I'm going to do Calm Before the Storm. I really like this one too, the Final Fantasy X piece I'm about to play. I like to play along to a version done by a really awesome video game arranger by the name of TPR. Oh, it was the keyboard. I was like, what was that little synthy sound? Calm before the storm. Here we go. And, yeah, I'll put it over here, actually. What a lovely fade out point. Thank you so much for Poe for only a shadow. That's not even my overlay. It's from another channel. The pencils put it on. It's Missy's. It's Missy's bit alert. It's not mine. Fitz and Fabio, thank you so much for the follow. J Bear for officially a year and a half. Thank you. And thanks for the bits, only a shadow. And also strategically giving your sub to Mike. I thought that was really sweet. You're so nice, but also nasty. I want to do another TPR cover. Let's do Eunice theme. That's pretty. Spoiler alert, I've made that song my next goal for making a new, like, I'm working on getting like probably 10 video game loops that are very much like the standard loop format, where it's just, that straight couple bars continuously going over and over and adding a lot of layers. And I've been working on Stardew Valley's Fall Ghost Synth. I still have to figure out what I want to do for violin, but I think the build's really nice. But my next goal is to do the same kind of strategy with, what's that last one called? Oh, it's a Beset Island, right? Or Besed? I don't know how to say it. But I was thinking maybe I'd make a big folder of these video game loops that are very much the loop format of like only a couple bars, and Besed Island fits that, as well as the map theme for Final Fantasy VIII. Banjo's a little loud. It also leaves space for like improv over it too. So I'm gonna try and make a track similar to this with Beset Island. This one's not done yet either. I'm gonna add more to it. I just haven't gotten around to it. I think it will be nice. But first, let's do, like I said, Yuna's theme. And this is a rendition, once again, by TPR, who has so many amazing, amazing video game albums featuring other piano arrangements. So if you like what you hear, definitely check them out. I'm going to do Yuna's theme, and then I think I'm going to take another quick break and eat some pretzels. I want pretzels. pitchy. A little better. There's not necessarily a reason it should be, but I feel like the key of F is kind of hard for me for some reason. I'm all tangled in my cables. There we go. For Mocha, thank you for the follow. And thank you guys for being such a safe group to like practice playing without a track like that. It's still pretty nerve-wracking, but I feel like when I do that, it helps me fix my intonation and other issues. So I like to be able to do that every once in a while just to fix some things. So we are hitting 3 hours. I'm still feeling good, so I'd like to keep going. I said I was going to do my loop arrangement of Radiohead's Paranoid Android. So I definitely want to do that, and then maybe like a handful more. Maybe I'll do my other Radiohead cover too. We'll see. We'll see from there. I also haven't checked our priority request list for a bit. Am I behind? No. Great. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. You guys, thank you for all of the support today. I was going to say today's been such a great stream, but no, that sounds like I'm about to say, but it wasn't. That's not what I was going to say. What I meant to say is that I feel like every stream lately, I've just been feeling much more comfortable. There was a brief period for a few months where I felt like my anxiety was kind of winning. On camera, like I was just feeling really anxious, and I've been really working hard at just kind of trying to confront where that's coming from, and I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. And you guys are a huge reason why, so thank you. No, only a shadow. No, did you hear the part I added to fix what I said? Oh. It wasn't because Keldon ruined it. No, not of course. No. But, thank you guys. I feel like I was having a pretty big slump at the beginning of this year, almost all the way up until a couple months ago, honestly, like last month. But been working really hard at just making changes to feel better, and I feel like I'm finding my balance. I'm finding out who I am and what I'm trying to do. But anyway, I'm gonna take a really quick break. My tummy's rumbling a bit, so I'm just gonna eat a quick snack, and then we're gonna do Paranoid Android. Thank you, everybody. Hi. Thanks, let me take a pretzel break. Oh, it's my phone. I open the stream on my phone to make sure I don't miss anything when I take a break. Don't worry, I will have a real dinner. I just wanted a little something to tide me over to just do our last little stretch of stream here. I said I was going to do Paranoid Android, so I really want to do it. It kind of surprised me how long it's been since I've done it. That used to be like one of the go-tos. And that is this binder. Hooray! Okay, Paranoid Android. Oh my god. For discrete Python, thanks. This is one of my thrifting finds. It's a vintage like Yamaha biker jersey. It's cool. That did sound like that, Keldon. You notice these important details, and it's one of the many things I appreciate about you. Oh god, now I'm thinking about the fact that this... Never mind. I hope my mic isn't nasty. Oh no. Oh. Got me a fresh bubbly. Yahaha! You know, that was a pun-ish, like play on words territory, but I liked it. Just thinking about the Korok saying yahaha brings me such joy. I actually started playing Tears of the Kingdom again, and I'm very happy about it. I started it not that long ago. I was pretty late to the game, but I finished the Goron section as well as the... no, not Gerudo. The Rito. I've met both like the people that I need to in the Gerudo and the Zora, but I'm gonna do the Zora realm first, I think. But anyway. Are we ready? I must dance! Or are you doing a... what's his name? The like big Korok that you give the seeds to. Hestu, thank you. Do you guys remember that Easter egg in the, I think it was only in Breath of the Wild, yes, I tried it in Tears of the Kingdom, where you can take off all of your, like, armor, and then when you talk to Hetsu, he's like, "You're naked! Just like me!" You should try it. I think it's only in Breath of the Wild, but if you take off all your armor and talk to him, he's like, "You're naked!" It's pretty cute. Okay. So, you felt like you were there because I emulated it so well. Well, you know, he doesn't actually say the words because they don't say words in that game, so he was probably like, "Yeah!" Probably something like that. Thank you. I was a theater kid. Are we surprised by this? Probably not. So I did already record the guitar for this, because this song has a lot going on, and if I did it all from scratch, it would take forever. Oh, thank you for claps. Oh my gosh, thank you.
put you in a big game. You don't remember, well, don't you remember my name? I'm the Sandman, I'm with the Sandman. Why don't you remember my name? Well, I guess you don't.
For Rav, thank you for gifting 2 subs. Thank you very, very much. How are you doing today? And thank you, everybody. Huzzah! Yes, indeed. When I was trying to see if it was possible to put that as a loop, there was many moments where I was like, this just isn't really possible to do live. But I love that song so much that I was like, I need to figure out how to do this live because I really love that song. For Rav, thank you. Thank you so much. Pencils, thank you. Oh, it always makes me happy when Pencils gets to hear some Radiohead. Pencils and I were bonding over a live performance of Radiohead. It was Brahms meets Radiohead, which is like when a composer, when they like arrange for classical orchestration with a popular artist. Yes, Walter's been introduced. Tom didn't want to come on camera because he said he looked crunchy. But I think his band's streaming, so I can raid him and everyone can meet him there. I don't know if he'll be freaked out by that, but it doesn't matter. He describes himself as crunchy a lot. Like, you're not crunchy. You're fine. Wait, did Jared Leto work? I thought it was broken. Stupid Jared Leto. He's such a butthead. Ah! Oh my god, it does work. Oh, I hate that stinker. Oh, there's such... Oh my god, I hate his stupid face. And Zin, I wasn't aware that a hurricane was headed your way. I'm very happy to hear you're safe. Tennessee gets... Tennessee gets tornadoes. We get tornado warnings a fair amount, which was a bit of a surprise being originally from New England. I was like, what? I thought tornadoes only happened in, like, Oklahoma or something. Only Oklahoma. But I'm very happy to hear you're safe. I've only had 2 pretty big ones here, but luckily I was missed by it. One I was almost like... I was only like 2 blocks over, though, from like a fair amount of pretty intense destruction, so very lucky from that. Well, since we're graced with the lovely pencil's presence, I want to do my other Radiohead. And then we'll probably maybe call it from there. It's another one where I already pre-recorded drums, but I'll do all the strings live. Never lost power, roof of the house a bit jacked up. Ooh, sorry, that sucks. But hell yeah, you have insurance. More Radiohead.
since heaven, making home movies for the folks back home. Of all these weird creatures who lock up their spirits, drill holes in themselves, and live for their secrets. They're all uptight, uptight. Uptight, They'd swoop down in a country lane late at night when I'm driving. Take me on board their beautiful ship. Show me the world and send us to see it. I tell all my friends, but they never believe me. Think that I finally lost it completely. I showed them the stars and the meaning of life. They shut me away, but I'll be alright there. Uptight,
Hooray. Well, you guys, I think on that loud yelling note, I'm going to finish up today. I'm going to be live again tomorrow at 10 a.m. with music. We have a lot of exciting things that are going to be building up towards the end of the month. I don't know if it's going to be a 1 week or 2 week thing. Definitely the last week of this month. we're going to have a very exciting, epic week where I will be releasing my first ever round of merch in the whole world. I don't know why everyone keeps saying that. It's my partner blanket. Partner. But yeah, I'm really excited. These are the designs that will be featured on said merch. There's gonna be mugs and hoodies and shirts with one or multiple designs. And I'm very, very excited to get to do that with you guys. So we're gonna have longer streams. We're gonna have a cosplay stream where I will be rocking my Vault Tech suit. Very excited. I also ordered clip-in bangs, which could be a huge disaster, but I wanted to try and look kind of like Lucy from the Fallout series. Thank you for the reminder. We also have an epic, exciting release tomorrow. I did a collab with the absolutely fantastic duo Fire Kid. You can find them here on Twitch. They stream under Mary Hill, and I'll show you before we raid out. We did a very bluegrass-inspired Sonic performance for Chemical Plant Zone. So this was our first collab, and our second one drops tomorrow. And I like this one that we're listening to a lot, but this one tomorrow, you guys, it's so freaking good. But you can find this particular one we're listening to if you look for Fire Kid and Joe Cleary. That's me. So tomorrow we'll be premiering and celebrating the brand new collab. And yeah, the end of the month we're going to be celebrating the merch release, the cosplay. I'm going to do another game stream. I have a secondary channel called Joe Doesn't Play Violin, where I don't play violin, and we're gonna have a big game night stream, and I'm planning some other things to add to the hype and the excitement. A giveaway. I'm too scared to do scary games. I just watch other people play scary games because I can't handle it. Because I can't cover my eyes if I'm holding the controller. So I have to watch other people play scary games, and I can't do it. It is too scary for me. I'll only do it if there's like some sub goal that's met or something like that. That is the only condition. Oh, just me. So it'll be very exciting. Now, since you guys have met Walter, who is the brand new doggy in my life, let me introduce you to my partner who has also moved in, Mr. Tom. He fronts a band called Howling Giant, and he's my best friend, and I adore him. Oh god, oh god, oh god, wrong channel. Oh, wrong. But yeah. Both of them moved in about 2 months ago. I wanted to have those 2 months to make sure that it was working and that we were happy and that we were comfortable. And now that we're settled in, I don't want to hide this from you. So that's what's going on. Yeah. I will be live again tomorrow at 10 a.m. And yep. Okay. Bye.